be showcasing what I consider the best solo player one-shot build in the game. And I've been playing a one-shot build for a long time, and I decided to switch it up a little bit and run the Memento backpack on this build. And I was definitely very surprised at having more survivability than I've ever had and still be able to take out these enemies one by one, which has actually been really good. The plan for the video will be, we'll take care of this territory control. I think there's one public execution we can do right next to this. And then I think I want to hit a control point for you guys. I think that'd be a good all around, so you guys can see a little bit of the different difficulties of enemies. Because, you know, territory, a lot of times we get a lot of reds. You guys see we just in purples. We're able to run through those. Typically public executions, a little mix of everything. And then obviously control points on heroic always have all gold. So we just finished a territory control. Let's head over to this public execution. So we just got here and we're going to showcase this build, the survivability it has. I will tell you, being able to have a little bit more armor on the build makes a huge difference, especially when you pair it up with the hotshot build, because remember the hotshot has a talent where it does give you armor when you're at full stacks, right? Full health. So that's what I like about it. Anybody else over here? There's definitely one more left. Where is this guy? I see the little turret there going off. Where is this guy? Let's shoot this thing. Oh, again, with this build, you can one-shot the robotic dogs, the robotic turrets, whatever you need. He's got to be around here. Oh, here he is. Oh, there you go. Perfect. All right, so there we go. Now we have this one wave, but you're seeing a lot. These reds, purples have no chance. A tip I will tell you: try to build the hotshot on the headshot first. So you want to build the determine, and you want to deal the perfect headhunter on the reds or purples. Once you get it going, then you can hit everything in the chest if you want. But that's what's cool about this. Chest shots are headshots, right? And that's what's always been good about this build. But this is the first time I've ever ran this with the Memento backpack, and I was surprised at how it could still effectively one-shot everything and still give me that survivability and armor regen, right? So let's head over to that control point, and those should be all elites for us. So we just arrived to the Washington Monument, and we might have one or two purples, maybe a red here and there, but typically it's mainly elites, right? Elites and then the name bosses, so those gold enemies. So again, I need to proc Headhunter. The hardest part of this whole build is procking Headhunter and procking Determine. So now I have it, right? You can see the little symbol popped up. Now anything I shoot in the body is gonna be 15 million, typically 22 million. Watch, the next shot should be 22 million because I hit it twice. Watch this guy. 21 million, 22 million, there you go. And then this one should be 23 million. So, and then if I start getting these trophies, I'm building that stack. Now I have a full stack, right? So we all know with the full stack Memento, you have 30% weapon damage, you have 30% skill efficiency. So that means if I want to run my defender drone, it's going to be that much better. It also has 3% armor regen. So I'm getting that survivability. Like right here, you can see the armor regen literally saved me, and being able to have a little bit of having that armor core also saved me. Now I'll tell you again, you can run another blue on this build and still be able to do this, but it all comes down to how good you are at finding those red or purple enemies to get those headshots, right? So that way you can get the proc going. But yeah, now we're just going to defend, and we should be able to run through this. Again, I used to run a full hotshot build, and I'll show you that in a second how I ran that. But ever since trying this, having that little bit of extra survivability just made a big difference with the amount of times I would die or make mistakes. Because with the other build, yes, it can one-shot, but you're literally at the sacrifice of hitting everything perfectly. So, and where's this guy at? Can we get this guy? Should be one right here, right? Oh, that didn't hit him? So this is where it becomes a problem. Like I'm getting hit with the turret, so it keeps moving my aim off, and I'm missing the shot. So that's the only time this build honestly becomes a problem. And then I had this guy come up behind me, and you can see I was able to pop a med kit. Ooh, got lucky there. Get out of this, and that is where you will actually come into a situation. And how am I missing these shots? There we go. Okay, we got it. So again, that is the only time this build is not effective, if you don't keep that proc, right? So we hit him once, one more time, and we should be able to... The foam, guys, the foam is killing me. So that foam and then the turret was really messing up my aim. There we go. Now we should be good, right? We got the proc. So if you guys are having trouble with that first initial proc, that's the only one you need to land a headshot. After that, it could be, that was a headshot, but after that could be strictly just body shots. So body shots, body shots, body shots. So you can just like literally, you can also do this with, if you don't like being scoped in, you can actually use the scope that you don't have to scope in, and it gives you what, I think 3 or 5% headshot damage. So you guys can switch it up if you don't. I like being scoped in. I like doing these like quick scopes where I scope in, boom, hit, and it's fun. But we're gonna show you the build in just a second, guys. Hopefully you guys are ready for it. If you guys enjoyed so far what you've seen, leave a thumbs up, man. Hey, drop a comment. Let me know, have you tried something like this after you guys see the full build? And look at this. See, back to back to back. And then we have, okay, this is going to be another one I'm going to show you guys. So we have this guy, we have that guy, we have one more, and we have this tank gunner. You're going to see him in a second. Where is he at? He's right here, right? So you have him right in front of us. He has a helmet. He's one of the tankier enemies. You cannot one-shot those enemies. The same with the guys, all the guys. I can break his helmet with the first shot, right? And then I can hit his weak point. And at this point, I could just keep hitting his head if I wanted to. Or I can just swap to my secondary just to finish him off. So that could be something you guys do, right? Because you literally have 5 reds on this build, right? Well, 6 reds on this build, because the bag gives you an extra red core. And just finish it like that. And then that's all you have to do. So let's get into the build, because I know you guys really want to see how I have this set up. So I'm sure you guys want to see what the build is, right? Because we did change it up from what we typically run on the hot shot. So let's get into it so that way you guys can see what I am currently running. So I have the White Death. I have this one at level 10 expertise, so you can get this still up to 20, right? 24 if you want. But yeah, it's at 10. We have 15% marksman rifle damage, 137% headshot damage, 10% damage targets out of cover. Now we have Determined. Obviously, you guys know by now, after killing an enemy with a headshot, your next landed on any enemy would guarantee a headshot. We have the 35% headshot damage scope, 5% weapon damage, and 5% crit chance on the underbarrel. Kind of how like I run it. For secondary, run whatever you want. I have the St. Elmo's just to help me if there's any kind of like last minute tanky enemies I need to take out. Well, that will be it right there. So I am running a 4-piece hot shot. Remember, 2-piece gives you 30% rifle damage, 30% weapon handling, and then the 3-piece gives you 30% headshot damage. Now, why it's so cool and why it works really good with the Memento is the first headshot with the marksman rifle will increase the next headshot by 20%. The second consecutive headshot with the marksman rifle will give you 10% armor. If at full armor, it gives you bonus armor max of 50% of the current armor value. Now, the third consecutive headshot will refill the magazine, and then from the 4th headshot forward, agents will get all 3 bonuses. So if you constantly get headshot, 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 which you should because of Determined, constantly have that going. We have weapon damage on here, headshot damage, and a headshot damage mod. For the chest piece, we're running the Chain Killer chest piece. We have 5% weapon damage here. We have weapon damage, headshot damage, critical chance, and headshot damage on the mod. Then we have Headhunter, well, Perfect Headhunter. After killing an enemy with a headshot, your next weapon hit within 30 seconds deals an additional 150% of the killing blow's damage. Now ours is going to be up, it's going to be capped. Well, it's capped at 800%, but if you have over 150% headshot damage on the build, which we do, now it's going to raise to a 1,250. So for the hot shot holster, we're running weapon damage, headshot damage. So you're going to see on every hot shot piece, we are running weapon damage, headshot damage. Again, weapon damage, headshot damage on the knee pads. For the gloves, weapon damage, headshot damage. Now the backpack, we have weapon damage, armor, skill tier. We have a headshot damage mod, and obviously by now, kill confirm, what does it do? When you're at max stack, right? When you have 30 stacks, you picked up 30 trophies, you're gonna have 30% weapon damage, 30% skill efficiency, 3% armor regen. That's where you get a little bit of that survivability back. Plus we have a blue core on here, so it's kind of good, right? Then we have, anytime we do pick up a trophy, we're gonna get 30% extra weapon damage. We're gonna get 10% bonus armor, and then 5% skill efficiency. So overall, like when we are moving around to pick up those trophies, and since we are one-shotting, you can play really aggressive with this type of build because it works so good. You can run the Defender Drone, which I have, and a Reviver Hive if you go down, if you make a mistake. But overall, you want to have the Sharpshooter specialization, typically with all your sniper builds. But this build right here has been a game changer for me. I started running it recently because typically what you usually saw, right? What you usually saw on your build, you might have seen this right here, this Rowdy backpack that gives you 10% marksman rifle damage. You would have 15% weapon damage. Then you would have headshot damage and then vigilance, increased total weapon damage. Yes, this hits harder, but this one right here hits hard enough where you can still one-shot those enemies. And that's the build, guys. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Just show you the stats real quick. 21% crit chance, 45% critical hit damage, 317% headshot damage. So that is how you guys are getting all of your damage. But yeah, an amazing build to run. Memento on Hotshot. I never really did it. I did it. I finally did. And I was like, man, I've been missing out because this is totally amazing. And I think a lot of you guys will enjoy too. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey, nothing but skills out. Take it easy, everybody.